That's how I fall asleep at night, with my window open during the spring and summer months, is hearing that chime blow in the wind behind me. I was reading something this morning and I came across an interesting question, and I thought I would hop on and kind of ask this question of you. How important is spirituality to you? How important is spirituality to you? I ask this question, and it's kind of a trick question, because I find the people who make spirituality so uniquely important in their life tend to be the least spiritual people I know. They get so wrapped into what spirituality is rather than living it and being it and realizing that they are already living a spiritual life without any sort of dogma, principles, or ideas that you have to follow, or ceremonies even. The idea of spirituality being a way of life, can be well overthought. You can overthink something. Be love, be kindness, be joy, feel love, feel kindness, feel joy. That's the easiest way to think about what spirituality is for me. I don't dive into the rituals, the dogmas, the ceremonies, the principles, all these things. When the New Age movement started, they were rebelling against all of the past ancient traditions. But the New Age movement began creating all new traditions and all new ideas. Just as an example, the word karma. In Hinduism, karma just means what you sow, you reap. But the New Age is the one that has made karma this, experience of life where you're struggling against your karmic debts. That's a New Age belief, right? So the more important spirituality becomes, the more people tend to follow down these paths. And I have often said that spirituality is a trip that you have to unpack for, not pack for. And when you're looking at your personal journey, the more important you make that, the more attached you are to that. Rather than being, the importance that you're putting on it is thinking about it. It's creating this hierarchy of importance. And if you really want to make spirituality an important part of your life, the first thing you need to do is realize that all you have to do is be love. Share love. That's all you really have to do. Let everything else take care of itself. There's no need for you to have specific modalities, specific methods, specific ways of doing it. Be love. Now, people ask me all the time about connecting to spirit and getting their information. I promise you this: if you be love, you'll start to recognize when you're getting things, because the connection to God is in a feeling, not a thinking. The words that pop into your head out of the blue are God communicating to you. Now, sometimes they're communicating to you out of the fear and your belief in something, because God only gives you what you believe in. So if you believe fearful things, your inner thoughts will show you fearful things, because that's what God promised. But if you can actively live loving, what happens is the inner voice starts to share loving things. And then you start to realize that those inner voices are not your conscious mind talking. It is something else speaking. And that's where the connection lies. But it only really happens when things get more and more simple. I've often told the story about my first big spiritual woo-woo experience, which was my spontaneous Kundalini rising. Now, I was sharing a tent with someone who quite literally had been studying spirituality for years and years and years and had never had the experiences that I was having. But I didn't go into it with the modalities, with the principles, with the ceremonies, with the constructs of spirituality. I went into it just saying, I am. And I had the experiences. And I've had out-of-body experiences. I've had astral travel experiences. I've had seeing auras. I've seen all the stuff. But none of it was done using ceremony, principles, or modalities of any branch of spirituality. The reality of it is, you are living in your spiritual self right now. You are living your spiritual self right as you are, even if you don't recognize it. Things are so tough, John. Yes, because you believe things are tough, and God gives you tough. If you believe things are easy, God gives you easy. If you believe things are loving, God gives you loving. If you believe things are hateful or fearful, God gives you that too. Whatever you ask in God's name is granted, if you have faith. What you put belief in, what you put faith in, is what you get. But there's no need for the modalities, the principles, the ceremonies, the concepts, the constructs. You know, it is literally something so simple that we have a hard time grasping it, so we start wrapping things around it to have it make sense. And that guy just rode by on a motorcycle, right? He loves riding that motorcycle. So, or he wouldn't do it, right? It's a beautiful day here. You know, he's out living love. He's out literally driving and living love. Does it bother me that he was making that noise as he drove by? Not at all. It was exciting because I know he's doing something he loves, right? And so live love. Live loving. And I will talk to you soon. Have a great day. See ya. Bye. Thank you, my friends, for watching this video. If you enjoyed it, please make sure that you've subscribed and you like it, you share it, but also comment below it. Let's get this community talking about these topics and spreading this information out far and wide so we can change the world for the better. Thank you.